দেখিবি। তাহারি আরতি করি বঞ্চিবি জীবন ধরি। তাহারি আরতি করি বঞ্চিবি জীবন ধরি। তানি গাম গীত ছন্দ, তানি গাম গীত ছন্দ হৃদয়রে দেখিবি, হৃদয়রে দেখিবি। তামুখ সরগ তীরে আখি ভরি দেখিবি। তামুখ সরগ তীরে আখি ভরি দেখিবি। নয়নরে রাখিবি, নয়নরে রাখিবি। ন ছাড়িবি তারিয়া জীব পছি গলে যাও। ন ছাড়িবি তারিয়া জীব পছি গলে যাও। তাপদ সরোজ রাজ, তাপদ সরোজ রাজ তীরে মোর মাখিবি, তীরে মোর মাখিবি। তাপর সরোজ রাজ তীরে মোর মাখিবি, তীরে মোর মাখিবি। তামুখ সরগ তীরে আখি ভরি দেখিবি। তামুখ সরগ তীরে আখি ভরি দেখিবি। নয়নরে রাখিবি, নয়নরে রাখিবি। নয়ন মণি কি মোর নয়নরে রাখিবি, নয়নরে রাখিবি। নয়ন মণি কি মোর নয়নরে রাখিবি, নয়ন রাখিবি।
ଜୟଗୁରୁ ଶୁଣା ଯାଉଛି ନା?
ଜୟଗୁରୁ ମା ଶୁଣା ଯାଉଛି। রজনী শ্যাম নাম কি শুনাইলা, শ্যাম নাম কি শুনাইলা। কানর ভিতরে পশি মরম পরশি গো। কানর ভিতরে পশি মরম পরশি গো। মন প্রাণ আকুল করিলা, মন প্রাণ আকুল করিলা। রজনী श्याम नाम की सुनाइला श्याम नाम की सुनाइला गीते मधु अच्छी खाते श्यामर नाम रे गो गीते मधु अच्छी खाते श्यामर नाम रे गो निसी दिन अनि मन मोरा निसी दिन अनि मन मोरा पासुरी न पारे तारे नीरबाजी मते घरे पासुरी न पारे तारे नीरबाजी मते घरे साथे पागली कारा साथे पागली कारा सजनी श्याम नाम की सुनाइला अवसा लेनी सही श्याम नाम गाई गाई अवसा लेनी सही श्याम नाम गाई गाई आखि नीति दर्शन झूरे आखि नीति दर्शन झूरे पासुरी जीते मोहिनी भवे पासुरी जीते मोहिनी भवे मनो मोरा चूरा से नहिला मनो मोरा दूरा से नहिला सजनी श्याम नाम की सुनाइला एको उपाय सही रे बताई दिया एको उपाय सही रे बताई दिया ऋणी तोरा की जीव सारा ऋणी तोरा ही जीव सारा पूरा माना अच्छे जाओ कालिनी काला सजनी श्याम नाम की सुनाइला श्याम नाम की सुनाइला कानर भीतरे सखी मोर
बंधन मोचन पूजबर गुणहीनम शेष गुणाधिपति भवभीरुजने सत तम्बरदं प्रणमामि गुरुं शिव कल्पतरुं प्रणमामि गुरुं शिव कल्पतरु।
जय गुरु जय गुरु।
वंदे वंदे दीनिगमानन्दम् वंदे 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 दीनिगमानन्दम् वंदे 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 श्रीनिगमानन्दम् सुरमुनि सेवित पदारविन्दम् सुरमुनि सेवित पदारविन्दम् वंदे श्रीनिगमानन्दम् वंदे 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 श्रीनिगमानन्दम् वंदे 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 श्रीनिगमानन्दम् माणिकानन्दन जगज्जनवन्दन माणिकानन्दन जगज्जनवन्दन विश्वविमोहन भक्तप्रणोदन विश्वविमोहन भक्तप्रणोदन যাবৎ মধুরাধরু ঝরে মকরন্দম যাবৎ মধুরাধরু ঝরে মকরন্দম বন্দে শ্রীনিগমানন্দম বন্দে বন্দে वंदे श्रीनिगमानन्दम् वंदे 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 श्रीनिगमानन्दम् योगी जन वन्द्य स्वरूपनित्य योगी जन वन्द्य स्वरूप Nandam Vachalya Mamata Nila Bahinandamandam Vande Srinigamanandam Vande 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 Srinigamanandam Vande 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 Srinigamanandam Priti Sudhamayukha Mukti Pradayaka Priti Sudhamayukha Mukti Pradayaka Jyoti Vilashaka Bhavatin Hutaraka Jyoti Vilashaka Bhavatin Hutaraka Sarana Pada Pankaje Trahi Govindam Sarana Pada Pankaje Trahi Govindam Sarana Pada Pankaje Trahi Govindam Vande Srinigamanandam Vande 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 Srinigamanandam Vande 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 Srinigamanandam Suramuni Sevita Padayabindam Suramuni Sevita Padayabindam Vande Srinigamanandam Vande 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 Srinigamanandam Vande 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 Srinigamanandam Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Sadguru Sri Swami Nigamananda Upadasa-amrita, chapter 24, page 248. Joys and sorrows, the result of prayer. These are the Thakur's words. You don't know how to pray, so your prayer is not rightly offered. You pray for so many unnecessary things without locating and knowing properly your desire and yearning. You are unable to form an idea which will be beneficial for you. God is troubled by your divergent prayers. Now you ask for one thing, in the next moment you again desire for another. Thus in the court of God, your numerous applications are gradually mounting up. Your previous applications will, of course, be granted. So what you pray today will not be granted today. On the other hand, whatever you have prayed previously will be fulfilled first, and thereafter today's prayer will come up for fulfillment. Whatever joys and sorrows you enjoy today are the consequences of your prayer. Once for your happiness you prayed for these. Today those turn sorrowful due to changes in circumstances. All of you know the episode of prayer for a blanket. So pray after due comprehension. Your first prayer will be, O Gurudev, give us faith. And faith begets dependence. If you attain faith, nothing remains unattainable. So my last words are, you firmly establish your mind on the unshakable substance of faith and completely depend on me. Leave your burden onto me. You will then have to beg nothing and pray nothing. I shall do whatever is good for you. Jai Guru.
Jaiguru Nilachara Saraswata Sangha, Puri, America Saraswata Sangha, 895th Sangha Puja Session Report. Date and time, January 7th, 2024, 7:15 a.m. to 11:55 a.m. Eastern Time, Palaya, Anj, Mitabaima and Vedamatima. Adhivasa Puja, January 6, 2024, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Adhivasa Puja started with the singing of Sutra Bandhana at 7 p.m. right after the evening Nitya Puja. After the Bandhana, a few topics from Nigama Upadesa and Leela Prasanga were read. Then Smita Baima invited Sri Sri Thakura, Bhais, Mas and young aspirants to attend the Sangha Puja scheduled for 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time next morning. The session concluded with evening prayer, Banchakar Patartu, and Jaiguru Mahanama. After the session, Bhogo was offered to Sri Sri Thakura. Bhais, Mas and young aspirants were served with prasad. First session, January 7, 2024, 7:15 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. Eastern Time. The morning session of the puja started at 7:15 a.m. Eastern Time with the singing of Pratiksha song, Bhabarajara Bhabara Thakura by Puja Ma, followed by Asa Asa Prabhu Dina Puttire and Anandamaya Nigamananda Jaya by Udita Ma. During that time, all the devotees joined the puja either at Nigama Smriti Mandira or via teleconference. Sanjay performed Arati, Smita Ma sang Bandhana Bandai Guru Charana and Sutra Bandhana, followed by the reading of verse 64 from Sri Sri Guru Gita by Nalima. Braja Bhai led the reading of Parijay Patta, followed by prayers of Samilani. Sonia Ma led Sangha Sevaka 57th year part 3, Bandhana Prarthana and Prarthana Karinga Prati. In this topic, we read the emphasis on universality of Sanatan Dharma and the ways to practice it. Then Dattamatima invited Sri Sri Thakura, Bhais, Mas and young aspirants to attend the second session of the Sangha Puja that was scheduled to start at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. The first session concluded with Jaiguru Mahanama. After the session, Balya Bhoga was offered to Sri Sri Thakura. Bhais, Mas and young aspirants were served with prasadam. Second session, January 7, 2024, 9:45 a.m. to 11:55 a.m. Eastern Time. The second session of the puja started at 9:45 a.m. with the singing of Pratiksha song, Ekemiti Bandhana by Sivani Mahantima, followed by Luha Jharigala Akhire Akhire Charana Dota Pain by Sukanya Ma. This was followed by Pranam Dana and opening of the curtain at Natya Mandira. Tabaima sang Bandhana, Ratna Singhasane Upar, Lavanya Dhanire. Kalpana Ma led the reading of Parijay Patra for female devotees. Leela Ma sang the prayer Vishwapati Pranam. Sudhar Ma read the topic The Desire of Heart, pages 246 and 248 from Sadguru Swami Nigamananda Upadesa. In this topic, Sri Sri Thakura emphasized how we must focus on our inner desire to achieve knowledge and devotion. Rajabhai read the minutes of our last Sangha Puja, Sivani Divedima, read pages 160 through 165 from Pancha Sanyasini Sista, which included several incidents celebrating the simplicity and honesty of Kusuma Kumari Ma. Then Milluma sang Prarthana song, Astra Bandhu Tume Mora Periva Pathara Sathi. Kusama read excerpts from Sansarabhati Part 1, Chapter 37. In this topic, Sri Sri Thakura reminded us that thinking of the volatility of material body and life leads one to the realization of the worthlessness of worldly possessions. As a result, the allure of all the attachments becomes weaker. This was followed by the question and answer session facilitated by Janavai. The young aspirant session started with the Prarthana Sangita, K. Jivanne Thakura to Eka Nijara, sung by Divyam. Shriyama led the Vaya session with gathering the attendance of the YS. Shrema elaborated on the importance of being impeccable with our word is one of 4 agreements that resembles the teachings of our Thakur. We must use our words to create, to spread hope, to love, and to repair, and refrain from using our words to curse, to blame, to find guilt, and to destroy. Then Aunt Smita Baima and Vedavati Ma did their Bhavavinima, followed by invitations for Madhyana Bhoga and evening puja. Brajabhai invited Rishi Thakur, all Bhais, Mas and YS to our annual day puja on January 14th, 2024. IC and Vrindavan Bhai invited Rishi Thakur, all Bhais, Mas and YS to the next Sangha puja scheduled for January 21st, 2024. After that, Smita Baima prayed for forgiveness from Thakur, all Bhais, Mas and young aspirants for any irregularity in Seva. The session concluded with Vidya Prarthana sung by Rasmi Chaudhary Ma. The curtain was closed at Nata Mandira with Jai Guru Namo Krishna and Pranam. Vishwajit Bhai took the attendance, all Bhais and Mas present for the puja. Madhyana Bhoga was offered to Sri Sri Thakur, followed by Prasad Sevana by the devotees. Attendees. Attendance sheet is available in the member section of the answer set. Guru Sri Sri Thakur Charanasrita and
जय गुरु नीलाचल ठाकुर निगमानंद आम शक्तिदायी विषय में पढ़ुले शक्तिदायी घर लुचिक आश्रम पहुंचते से पढ़ा 44 पृष्ठा सेकेंड पारा। जय गुरु मठ को जीवी सेठारे ब्रह्मचारी होई रहिबी सेतेबेले आग्रह तांकर मुख्य थिला। एपरिकी प्रथमे शुणिथिबा सेही निगमानंद सरस्वती देव को दर्शन करिवार औत्सुक मध्य सेते नथिला। अपराह्न ठाकुर को प्रथमे देखा पाइले पुनश्च शक्ति भाई भाषा कहूँ फटो तो देखी फटो को देखी तो भल लगी वर्तमान स्वचक्षु देखी एते भल लगिला जे ताहा कहबार नुहे। ठाकुर से लुगा बिछना नथिबार देखी मठ कर्तृपक्ष को आदेश कले से लुगापटा और कंबल दियो। जुगल भाई घरे रहिबार व्यवस्था है। प्रबोध भाई, प्रबोध कुमार कुंडू और रोहिणी भाई पर स्वामी नित्यानंद सरस्वती कर्मसंगी हेले। शक्ति भाई 5-7 दिन मध्य घर द्वारा बुली अंतेवासी मध्य जड़े करने संधान नहीं पिता जितेबले मठरे आसी पहुंचले शक्ति भाई सेतेबले अत्यंत उत्साह शेषे आलू लगाऊ था। बाबा आसी आगरे ठिया हेले। शक्ति भाई मन है तो तांकर निज स्थान यही माने ही तो तांकर स्वजन से स्पष्ट भाव में कही पकाइले पिता कस्य माता कस्य इत्यादि। अभिभावक माने कौशल करी शेखर फेराई आनिले किंतु मठर स्मृति और सन्यासी ब्रह्मचारी मान त्यागपूत जीवन से तरुण बयस किभली अभिभूत करिथिला भुवन भाई और चिदानंद महाराज स्मृति तर्पण समय से पूर्व परिचय देइछंती। पुरुलिया रे से आत्मीय स्वजन मान निकट को फेरी आसिले मनर भाव तांकरी भाषा कहूँ। मठर गुरु गंभीर भाव स्निग्ध परिवेश प्राकृतिक सौंदर्य मन को मुग्ध करिछि। ऋषिगण अदूषित प्राचीन तपोवन सते जेपरी यही स्थान को फेरी आसी। सारस्वत मठ और सेवक संघ तांक प्राण रे यही भली भाव अंकित हो जाइथिला। कटक मेडिकल स्कूल रे पढ़िबा समय रे जेतेबेले खबर पाइले जे ठाकुर पुरी रे आसी रहउछंती शक्ति भाई आ स्थिर होई रहि पारले नाही। श्री निगमानंद उपदेशामृत पुस्तकर आरंभ रे ही ठाकुरंक सहित तांकर तत्कालीन आलापर सारांश लिखित अछि। 1329 और 30 साल रे ठाकुर जेतेबेले भ्रमण रु फेरी पुरी रे रहुतिले सेतेबेले शक्ति भाई तांको निकट को धाई आसीथिले। ए कथा से निजे लिखिछंती। ଚିଠିପତ୍ର ମାଧ୍ୟମରେ ସେ ମଠ ସହିତ ଯୋଗାଯୋଗ ରକ୍ଷା କରିବାକୁ ଛାଡି ନଥିଲେ। ମଠରୁ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଜଣାଇ ଦିଆଯାଇଥିଲା ଯେ ଠାକୁର 1329 ସାଲ ବୈଶାଖ ମାସ ଠାରୁ ପୁରୀରେ ରହିବାକୁ ସ୍ଥିର କରିଛନ୍ତି। ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ସେ ନମ୍ବର 3 ଗୁରିକୁଟୀରରେ ଅବସ୍ଥାନ କରୁଛନ୍ତି। ଏ ଖବର ପାଇ କାଲି ପୁରୀ ଯିବି ବୋଲି ସ୍ଥିର କରି ରାତ୍ରିରେ ସେ ନିଦ୍ରା ଗଲେ। ନିଦ୍ରା ଯିବା ପୂର୍ବରୁ ଘଡିର ଆଲାରାମ ଦେବାକୁ ଭୁଲି ଯାଇଥିଲେ। ସେ ସମୟରେ ପ୍ରାୟ ରାତି 4ଟା ବେଳେ ପୁରୀ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ରେସ ଗାଡି କଟକରେ ପହଞ୍ଚୁଥିଲା। ଶେଷ ରାତ୍ରିରେ ନିଦ୍ରା ଭାଙ୍ଗିବା ମାତ୍ରେ ଶକ୍ତି ଭାଇ ଧଡ଼ପଡ଼ ହୋଇ ଉଠି ଦେଖନ୍ତି ତ ସର୍ବନାଶ, ଘଡିରେ 4ଟା ବାଜିଲାଣି। ହଷ୍ଟେଲ ଠାରୁ ପ୍ରାୟ ମାଇଲିଏ ଦୂର ଗୋଟିଏ ଜଙ୍ଗଲିଆ ରାସ୍ତା ଦେଇ ତତ୍କଟ ଭାବରେ ଦୌଡ଼ି ଦୌଡ଼ି ଷ୍ଟେସନରେ ପହଞ୍ଚି ଦୂରରେ ଦେଖିଲେ ଲାଲ ସିଗ୍ନାଲ। ଗୋଟିଏ ମସ୍ତ ବଡ ଟ୍ରେନ ସେଠାରେ ଅଟକି ରହିଛି। ତା ଇଞ୍ଜିନରୁ ଫସଫସ ହୋଇ ଧୂଆଁ ବାହାରୁଛି। ଟିକେଟ ଘରେ ଯାଇ ପଚାରିଲେ, ପୁରୀ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ରେସ କଣ ଚାଲିଗଲାଣି? ଉତ୍ତରରେ କେହି ଜଣେ କହିଲେ, ନା ସେ ପରା ବୋଲି ହାତ ଟିକେ ଦେଖାଉ ଦେଖାଉ ନାଲି ସିଗ୍ନାଲ ପଡିଲା। ପୁରୀ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ରେସ ଷ୍ଟେସନରେ ଆସି ଠିଆ ହେଲା। ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଜଣେ ଓଡିଆ ବନ୍ଧୁ ଥିଲେ। ପୁରୀରେ ଓହ୍ଲାଇ ସେ କହିଲେ, ଚାଲ ଆଗେ ଜଗନ୍ନାଥ ଦର୍ଶନ କରି ଆସିବା। ଶକ୍ତି ଭାଇ କହିଲେ, ତୁମେ ଯାଅ, ମୁଁ ଏଣେ ପ୍ରଥମେ ମୋ ଜଗନ୍ନାଥଙ୍କୁ ଦର୍ଶନ କରିବି। କିନ୍ତୁ ନମ୍ବର 3 ଗୁରିକୁଟୀର କାହିଁ ରାସ୍ତାର ନାମ ନାହିଁ କି ସ୍ଥାନର କୌଣସି ସନ୍ଧାନ ନାହିଁ। ତଥାପି ଶକ୍ତି ଭାଇ ଚେଷ୍ଟାରୁ ବିରତ ହେଲେ ନାହିଁ। ଆଶ୍ଚର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଭାବରେ ଟ୍ରେନ ପାଇଥିବାରୁ ପ୍ରାଣରେ ବଳ ବୃଦ୍ଧି ହୋଇଥାଏ। ତାଙ୍କ ମନର ଆଶା, ଭାଗ୍ୟରେ ଥିଲେ ନିଶ୍ଚୟ ସାକ୍ଷାତ ପାଇବି। ଷ୍ଟେସନ ଠାରୁ ସମୁଦ୍ର ତୀରେ ଖୋଜି ଖୋଜି ଚାଲିଲେ। ପୁଣି ଭାବୁଥାନ୍ତି, ତାଙ୍କୁ ଦେଖିଲେ ଠିକ ଚିହ୍ନି ପାରିବି ତ? ସେ କଣ ମତେ ଚିହ୍ନି ପାରିବେ? ୟା ଭିତରେ ତ 2 ବର୍ଷ ଗତ। ଦୈବର ନିର୍ବନ୍ଧ ଶକ୍ତି ଭାଇ ଯେଉଁ ପଥ ଧରି ଅଗ୍ରସର ହେଉଥାନ୍ତି, ସେହି ପଥରେ ଠାକୁର ସପରିକର ସମୁଦ୍ର ସ୍ନାନକୁ ଆସୁଥାନ୍ତି। ସୁତରାଂ ଦେଖା ମିଳିଗଲା। ଶକ୍ତି ଭାଇ ଓ ଠାକୁର ପରସ୍ପରକୁ ଦେଖିବା ମାତ୍ରେ ଚିହ୍ନି ପକାଇଲେ। ପ୍ରଣାମ ଗ୍ରହଣ କରି ମୋ ସାଙ୍ଗରେ ଆସ ବୋଲି କହି ଠାକୁର ସମୁଦ୍ର କୂଳରେ ଉପସ୍ଥିତ ହେଲେ। ତତ୍ପରେ ପାଦର ପାମ୍ପସୁ ଖୋଲି, ହାତ ବାଡି ରଖି, ପଞ୍ଜାବୀ ଖୋଲି ରଖି ଶକ୍ତି ଭାଇଙ୍କୁ କହିଲେ, ତୁମେ ଜଗିଥାଅ, ଆମେ ସ୍ନାନ କରି ଆସୁ। ସେ ଯାଇ ସମୁଦ୍ର ଭିତରେ ପଶିଲେ। ଶକ୍ତି ଭାଇ ଏଣେ ଚାରିଆଡକୁ ଅନାଇ ଏକ ଅସମ୍ବରଣୀୟ ଆବେଗରେ ପାମ୍ପସୁ ଯୋଡ଼ାକ ନେଇ ଛାତିରେ ଚାପି ଧରିଲେ। ମନେ ହେଲା ସତେ କି ପ୍ରାଣର ଶାନ୍ତି ଭରପୁର ହୋଇଗଲା। ଏହା ପରେ ଗୁରୁ ଶିଷ୍ୟଙ୍କ ମଧ୍ୟରେ ଆଳାପ ଆଲୋଚନା ହେଲା। ତାଙ୍କ ଯାତାୟାତ ପଥରେ କଟକ ଷ୍ଟେସନରେ ସାକ୍ଷାତର ସୁଯୋଗ ଚିଠି ଲେଖି ଠାକୁର କରାଇ ଦେଉଥିଲେ। ତତ୍ପରେ ମାର୍ଗଶିର 11 ଦିନ ଲେଖା ଝାୱାଇଲ ଠିକଣାରୁ ଲିଖିତ ତାଙ୍କ ଚିଠି ପାଇଛି। ମାର୍ଗଶିର 13ରେ ଫିରୋଜଗଞ୍ଜରୁ ବିହାରୀ ଭାଇଙ୍କୁ ଠାକୁର ଲେଖିଛନ୍ତି, ବନ୍ୟା ସେବାରେ ସେବକ ମାନଙ୍କୁ ପଠାଇବା ପାଇଁ ପୁରୀ ବସ୍ତାକୁ ଖାଲି କରି ଆସିବାକୁ ପଡିଲା। ପୁରୀ ଧାମରେ ଗୋଟିଏ ଘର କରିବାକୁ ସ୍ଥିର ସଂକଳ୍ପ କରିଛି। ଏଥିପାଇଁ ସମୁଦ୍ର ତୀରରେ 1,500 ଟଙ୍କାର ଖଣ୍ଡିଏ ଜମି କ୍ରୟ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ବଇନା ଦେଇଛି। ଏଥର ପୁରୀ ଗଲେ ଦଲିଲ ପତ୍ର ଶେଷ କରିବି ଏବଂ ଗୃହ ନିର୍ମାଣ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଚେଷ୍ଟା କରିବି। ମାର୍ଗଶିର 17 ଦିନର ଚିଠିରେ ତାଡାସର ଅବିନାଶ ଗୋସ୍ୱାମୀଙ୍କ ଘରକୁ ଯାଇ ସେଠାରୁ ସ୍ଥଳକୁ ଯିବେ ବୋଲି ଉଲ୍ଲେଖ ଅଛି। ସେଥିରେ ସେ ମା ମାନଙ୍କୁ ଆଶ୍ୱାସ ଦେଇ ଲେଖିଛନ୍ତି, କେହି ସେବକ ପୁରୀ ନ ଆସିଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ କ୍ଷତି ନାହିଁ। ମହାରାଣୀ ତୁମମାନଙ୍କର ସହାୟ। ତାହାର ନାମରେ ଯମ ମଧ୍ୟ ଭୟ ପାଏ। ଆମେମାନେ ସ୍ୱୟଂ ମାହେଶ୍ୱରୀଙ୍କ ଦ୍ୱାରା ପରିରକ୍ଷିତ ସାକ୍ଷାତ ସଦାଶିବଙ୍କ ନିକଟରୁ ଏହି ଆଶ୍ୱାସ ଲାଭ କରିଛୁ। ଏହି ଛତ୍ର ଦ୍ୱୟ ଚିତ୍ତପଟରେ ସ୍ୱର୍ଣ୍ଣାକ୍ଷରରେ ମୁଦ୍ରିତ ରହିବାର କଥା, ମାତ୍ର ତାହା ରହୁଛି କାହିଁ? ଏଥର ଠାକୁର ଯେ ସ୍ଥଳକୁ ଯାଇଥିଲେ ସେ ସମ୍ବନ୍ଧରେ ଗୋଟିଏ ବିଶେଷ ଘଟଣା ଶୁଣିଛି। ସେତେବେଳେ ସେଠାରେ କେହି ଜଣେ ସୁକୃତିଶାଳୀ କୀର୍ତ୍ତନିଆଙ୍କ ମୁଖରୁ କୁଞ୍ଜ ଭଙ୍ଗ କୀର୍ତ୍ତନ ଶୁଣୁ ଶୁଣୁ ତାଙ୍କର ସମାଧି ହୋଇଯାଇଥିଲା। ଜଗତକୁ ଫେରି ଆସିବାକୁ ତାଙ୍କର ମନ ଆଉ ଚାହୁଁନଥିଲା। ଠାକୁରାଣୀ ଜୋର କରି ତାଙ୍କୁ ଫେରାଇ ଆଣିଥିଲେ। ମନେ ପଡୁଛି, ବହୁଦିନ ପୂର୍ବେ ନବଦ୍ୱୀପରେ 7 ପହରିଆ ମହାପ୍ରକାଶ ପରେ ଗୌରକିଶୋର ସମାଧିରେ ବୁଡି ଯାଇଥିଲେ। କୌଣସି ପ୍ରକାରରେ ତାଙ୍କର ସମାଧି ଭଙ୍ଗ ନ ହେବାର ଦେଖି ଭକ୍ତମାନେ ପ୍ରମାଦ ଗଣିଲେ। ଶେଷରେ ଅନ୍ତରଙ୍ଗ ପାର୍ଷଦ ମାନେ ପରସ୍ପର ପରାମର୍ଶ କରି କୁଞ୍ଜଭଙ୍ଗ କୀର୍ତ୍ତନ ଆରମ୍ଭ କଲେ। ଅଳ୍ପ କ୍ଷଣ ମଧ୍ୟରେ ଗୌରହରି ହୁଙ୍କାର କରି ବସିଲେ। କୃତକାମ ବୈଷ୍ଣବଗଣ ଆନନ୍ଦରେ ଜୟଧ୍ୱନି ଦେବାକୁ ଲାଗିଲେ। ଏହି କୁଞ୍ଜଭଙ୍ଗ କୀର୍ତ୍ତନରେ କଣ ଅଛି? ପଦାବଳୀ ପାଠ କରି ଦେଖିଲେ ନିଶାନ୍ତ ଲୀଳାର ନାମାନ୍ତର ହିଁ କୁଞ୍ଜଭଙ୍ଗ। ବୃନ୍ଦା ଦେବୀ ଆସି ସଖୀମାନଙ୍କୁ କହୁଛନ୍ତି, ଦେଖ ନିଶି ବହିଗେଲ, ଦଶ ଦିଶି ଅରୁଣିମ ଭଲ ବେଲ। ଏବେ ଯୁଗଳ କିଶୋରଙ୍କୁ ନିଦ୍ରାରୁ ଉଠାଅ। ବନଦକ୍ଷାଙ୍କ ଇଙ୍ଗିତରେ ବିଶ୍ୱ ପ୍ରକୃତି ବିହଗ ଝଙ୍କାରରେ ପ୍ରଭାତୀ ଲଳିତ ଆଳାପ ସୂଚିତ କଲେ। ଜାଗ ହରେ ବୃଷଭାନୁ କୁମାରୀ, ଶ୍ୟାମର ପୁରେ ଗୋରୀ, କିଏ ଭରିଲ ବୁନ ବୋଲତ ସୁକସାରୀ। ଜାମିନୀ ତିମିର କ୍ଷୀର ନାହିଁ ହେରିଏ, ପରଶୀ ଅରୁଣ ରୁଚିରଞ୍ଚ। ନାଗରୀ ନୀଳ ପଟାଞ୍ଚଳେ ଲାଗଲ, ଜନୁ ବିରହା ନଳେ ଆଞ୍ଚ। ସୂତ୍ର ଅନୁବାଦ। ଜାଗକ ବୃଷଭାନୁ କୁମାରୀ, ଶ୍ୟାମର କୋଳେ ଗୌରୀ, ବିଭୋର ହୁଏ ପୁଣି ବୋଲନ୍ତି ସୁକସାରୀ। ଜାମିନୀ ଅନ୍ଧକାର ଦେଖି ନ ରହେ ସ୍ଥିର, ପରଶୀ ଅରୁଣ ରୁଚିକାନ୍ତ। ନାଗରୀ ନୀଳ ପଟାଞ୍ଚଳେ ଲାଗିଲେ, ବିରହା ନଳେ ଜେହ୍ନେ ଭାତି। ସୁକସାରୀ ରାଇ ଜାଗ ବୋଲି ରାଗ ଦିଅନ୍ତି। ଭାବ ଲୋକରେ ଠାକୁରାଣୀଙ୍କର ହିଁ ସମାଧିକ ପ୍ରତାପ। ଠାକୁରାଣୀ ହିଁ ସେ ରାଜ୍ୟର ରାଣୀ, ପରମ ପୁରୁଷ ତାଙ୍କର ନଗରପାଳ, ଅଧୀନ ସେବକ ମାତ୍ର। ଅନ୍ତତ ସେଠାକାର ଭାବୁକ ପ୍ରଜାମାନଙ୍କର ତାହାହିଁ ମତ। ସେଥିପାଇଁ ବୃଷଭାନୁ କୁମାରୀଙ୍କୁ ହିଁ ସୁକସାରୀ ପ୍ରବୋଧିତ କରୁଛନ୍ତି। ପୁନରାୟ ଭାବେ ତତ୍ଵ ଏବଂ ଭାବ ମଧ୍ୟରେ ପ୍ରଭେଦ କଳ୍ପନାଟା ଆମମାନଙ୍କର ହିଁ ପଲ୍ଲବ ଗ୍ରାହିତା। କଳ୍ପ ପ୍ରଭାତ ରହିତ ପଦ୍ମଜନୀ ମଧ୍ୟ ଠାକୁରାଣୀଙ୍କର ବୋଧନ ଗାନ କରିଛନ୍ତି। ତୟା ତ୍ୱୟା ଜଗତ୍ ସ୍ରଷ୍ଟା, ଜଗତ୍ ପାତାସି ଯୋ ଜଗତ୍, କୋପି ନିଦ୍ରା ବଂଶଂ ନିତଃ ତସ୍ତ୍ୱା ତୋତୁ ମିହେଶ୍ୱର। ତୁମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ସୃଷ୍ଟି ସ୍ଥିତି ଲୟ କର୍ତ୍ତାଙ୍କୁ ନିଦ୍ରାଧିଭୂତ କରିଛ, ସେତେବେଳେ କିଏ ବା ତୁମର ମହିମା ବର୍ଣ୍ଣନା କରିପାରିବ? ମହାଦେବୀ ପ୍ରବୋଧଂସ ଜଗତ୍ସ୍ୱାମୀ, ନିୟତାମ୍ ଚ୍ୟୁତ ଲଘୁ। ଜଗତ୍ସ୍ୱାମୀଙ୍କୁ ତୁମେ ଅବିଳମ୍ବେ ପ୍ରବୋଧିତ କର। ପଦକର୍ତ୍ତା ମହାଜନ ମାନେ ମଧ୍ୟ ସେହିପରି ରାଧାରାଣୀଙ୍କର ଜାଗରଣରେ ପ୍ରୟାସ କରୁଛନ୍ତି। ରଜନୀ ପ୍ରଭାତ କଳ୍ପ, ରାତ୍ରିର ଅନ୍ଧକାର ଯେପରି ଅରୁଣ କିରଣରେ ଚଞ୍ଚଳ ହୋଇ ଉଠିଛି, ଦେଖିଲେ କେମିତି ଲାଗୁଛି, ଠିକ ଯେପରି ନାଗରୀଙ୍କ ନୀଳାଞ୍ଚଳରେ ବିରହାନଳର ଆଂଶ ଲାଗିଛି। ଆମମାନଙ୍କର ଅନୁମାନ ରାଧା ଭାବଦ୍ୟୁତି ସୁବଳିତ ମହାପ୍ରଭୁ ସେହି ରାଇ ଜାଗ ଧ୍ୱନିରେ ହିଁ ବାହ୍ୟଜ୍ଞାନ ଫେରି ପାଇଥିଲେ। ବିରହ ମାଧୁର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଆସ୍ୱାଦନ କରିବାକୁ ସେଥର ତାଙ୍କର ପ୍ରତ୍ୟାଗମନ। ବିରହ ଅନଳରେ ସ୍ପଷ୍ଟରେ ସେଦିନ ନବଦ୍ୱୀପରେ ସେ ଆଖି ଖୋଲି ଚାହିଁଲେ। ମହାରାସର ବିହଳତା ଦୂର ହୋଇଗଲା। ବିହଙ୍ଗର କଳ କାକିଲେର ରାଧାକୃଷ୍ଣଙ୍କ ବିଚ୍ଛେଦ ସୂଚିତ ହେଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ ରସ ପିପାସୁ ସଖୀମାନେ ସେ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଦୁହିଁଙ୍କୁ ଅଲଗା କରିପାରୁନଥାନ୍ତି। ଶେଷଥର ପାଇଁ ଥରେ ମାତ୍ର ଜାଲରନ୍ଧ୍ର ମଧ୍ୟ ଦେଇ ମହଦନ୍ତପୁରର ସାମରସ୍ୟ ଦର୍ଶନ କରୁଥାନ୍ତି। ଅଦ୍ୱୟ ତତ୍ତ୍ୱକୁ ମରମୀ ଭକ୍ତଗଣ କେଳେ ମଧୁର ଭାବରେ ଚିତ୍ରଣ କରିନାହାନ୍ତି। ଦେଖ ଗୋରୀ ସୁତଲ ଶ୍ୟାମ କୋର, ଲାଗଲ ନୀଳ ରତନେ ଇଏ କାଞ୍ଚନ, ଉବଳୟ ଚମ୍ପକ ଜୋର। ସୂତ୍ର ଅନୁବାଦ। ଦେଖ ଗୌରୀ ସୁଶୀତଳ ଶ୍ୟାମ କ୍ରୋଡ଼, ନୀଳ ରତନ ସଙ୍ଗେ ଦିବା କାଞ୍ଚନ ଲାଗେ, କୁବଳୟ ଚମ୍ପକ ଜୋଳ। ପର କୃଷ୍ଣ ନୀଳିମାର ବକ୍ଷରେ ଶୁଦ୍ଧ ସତ୍ୱର ଆଭାସ ଖେଳୁଛି। ଦ୍ୱିଦଳ ଚନକ ପୁରୁଷ ପ୍ରକୃତି କିମ୍ବା ଚିନ୍ତାମଣି ଗୃହରେ ମାୟା ପରମାତ୍ମା। ଘନ ସଙ୍ଗେ ଦାମିନୀ ଦୁକୁଳେ ଦୁକୁଳ, ଦୁହୁଁ ଜାନୁ ଏକପଟ ବାସ। ଚରଣ ବେଡ଼ିଆ ଚାରୁ ଅରୁଣ ସ୍ୱର ରୁହ, ମଧୁକର ଗୋବିନ୍ଦ ଦାସ। ଘନ ସଙ୍ଗେ ଦାମିନୀ ଦୁକୁଳେ ଦୁକୁଳ, ଦୁହେଁ ଜେହ୍ନେ ଏକପଟ ବାସ। ଚରଣ ବେଢ଼ିଣ ଚାରୁ ଅରୁଣ ସ୍ୱରୁ ରୁହ, ମଧୁକର ଗୋବିନ୍ଦ ଦାସ। କୁଞ୍ଜଭଙ୍ଗ କୀର୍ତ୍ତନରେ ଏହିଭଳି ମହାଭାବ ସମ୍ମିଳନର ପଦ ଶ୍ରବଣ କରି ଆମ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ସମକ୍ଷରେ ଅପ୍ରାକୃତ ନିତ୍ୟଲୋକର ଦ୍ଵାରା ଯେ ଉନ୍ମୁକ୍ତ ହୋଇଯାଇ ନଥିଲା ତାହା କିଏ କହିବ? ଅନ୍ତତ ପକ୍ଷେ ଆଉ ଜଣେ ଶଙ୍କର ସମ୍ପ୍ରଦାୟର ସନ୍ନ୍ୟାସୀଙ୍କୁ ଜାଣେ ଯେ କି ଅଦ୍ୱୟ ତତ୍ତ୍ୱକୁ ଭାବନେତ୍ରୟ ଦର୍ଶନ କରି ମୁହୁର୍ମୁହୁ ସମାଧି ସୁଖ ଆସ୍ୱାଦନ କରୁଥିଲେ। ବିଲ୍ୱମଙ୍ଗଳଙ୍କ କଥା ହିଁ କହୁଛି। କର୍ଣ୍ଣାମୃତରେ ଗୋଟିଏ ଶ୍ଲୋକ ଅଛି, ତେଜସେସ୍ତୁ ନମୋ ଧେନୁ ପାଳିନେ ଲୋକ ପାଳିନେ ରାଧା ପୟୋଧି ରୋତ୍ସଙ୍ଗ ପାଇନେ ଶେଷ ପାଇନେ। ତେଜସେ ନମସ୍ତୁ ଏହି ପ୍ରଥମ କଥା ଲକ୍ଷଣୀୟ। ଏଠାରେ ନିର୍ବିଶେଷ ବ୍ରହ୍ମ ଜ୍ୟୋତି ହିଁ ଉଦ୍ଦିଷ୍ଟ। ପରକ୍ଷଣରେ ବ୍ରହ୍ମବସ୍ତୁଙ୍କୁ ସବିଶେଷ ରୂପରେ ଦର୍ଶନ, ସାକାର ରୂପରେ ନିରାକାର ସଗୁଣ ଭାବରେ ଫୁଟି ଉଠିଲେ। ଯେପରି କିରଣ କିରଣ ଆଧ ବରଣ ଆଧ ନୀଳମଣି ଜ୍ୟୋତି ଆଧ ଗଳେ ବନମାଳା ବିରାଜିତ ଆଧ ଗଳେ ଗଜମତି। ପୁନଶ୍ଚ ପୂର୍ବବର୍ତ୍ତୀ ଶ୍ଲୋକରେ ନୀଳଶୁକ ଏହି ଯୁଗଳ କିଶୋରଙ୍କ ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟରେ କହି କହୁଛନ୍ତି, ବ୍ରହ୍ମରାଶି ମହସେ ନମୋ ନମ। ବିଶ୍ୱବ୍ୟାପ୍ତ ମହାଜ୍ୟୋତିଙ୍କୁ ବାରମ୍ବାର ପ୍ରଣାମ। ଲୀଳାରୁ ନିତ୍ୟ, ପୁଣି ନିତ୍ୟରୁ ଲୀଳା, ଏହା ହିଁ ପରମହଂସ ଦେବଙ୍କ ଆସ୍ୱାଦନ ବସ୍ତୁ। ତେଣୁ କହୁଛି, କୁଞ୍ଜଭଙ୍ଗ କୀର୍ତ୍ତନରେ ଯୁଗଳ ରୂପମାଧୁରୀ ବର୍ଣ୍ଣନା ଶ୍ରବଣ କରୁ କରୁ ଆମ ଠାକୁର ସମ୍ଭବତଃ ବ୍ରହ୍ମ ପାରାବାରରେ ନିମଗ୍ନ ହୋଇଯାଇଥିଲେ। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ଭାଇ ଟିକେ ନେକ୍ସଟ ପଢିଲେ କି ନହେଲେ, କାହିଁକି ଆମର ଆଜି କମ ଅଛି, ସଂଖ୍ୟା ପତ୍ର କମ ଅଛି।
ଆଚ୍ଛା,
ନେକ୍ସଟ ପାରାଗ୍ରାଫଟା ପଢିଦିଅନ୍ତୁ ଆଟଲିଷ୍ଟ।
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଆଜ୍ଞା। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। 1329 ସାଲ ପୌଷ ମାସରେ ଭାୟୋୟାଲରେ ଅଷ୍ଟମ ବାର୍ଷିକ ଭକ୍ତ ସମ୍ମିଳନୀ। ବିଭିନ୍ନ କାରଣରୁ ଅଷ୍ଟମ ବାର୍ଷିକ ଭାୟୋଲା ସମ୍ମିଳନୀ ସାରସ୍ୱତ ମଠର ଇତିହାସରେ ସ୍ମରଣୀୟ ହୋଇ ରହିଛି। ଗୋଟିଏ କାରଣ ହେଉଛି, ଆଉ କେବେ ହେଲେ କୌଣସି ସମ୍ମିଳନୀରେ ଏପରି ଆନନ୍ଦର ଜୁଆର ପ୍ରବାହିତ ହୋଇନାହିଁ। ଅଷ୍ଟମ ବାର୍ଷିକ ଭକ୍ତ ସମ୍ମିଳନୀର ଯେଉଁ ଫଟୋ ଖଣ୍ଡିକ ଅଛି, ସେଥିରେ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କର ଆନନ୍ଦମୟ ମୂର୍ତ୍ତି ହିଁ ତାହାର ପ୍ରକୃଷ୍ଟ ପ୍ରମାଣ। ତାଙ୍କର ବାଳକ ସୁଲଭ ଏପରି ହାସ୍ୟପୂର୍ଣ୍ଣ ମୁଖଭାବ ଅନ୍ୟ କୌଣସି ଫଟୋରେ ମୁଁ ଦେଖିବାକୁ ପାଇନାହିଁ। ଏଥର ସେ ଗିରିକିଟୁରାକୁ ଲେଖିଥିଲେ, ଢାକା ଆଶ୍ରମରେ ଭକ୍ତ ସମ୍ମିଳନୀ ସମାରୋହରେ ହୋଇଯାଇଛି। ଖୁବ ଆନନ୍ଦ ହୋଇଛି। ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଦେଶର ବହୁ ଭକ୍ତ ସମବେତ ହୋଇଥିଲେ। ଉତ୍ସବ ଦିନ ମଧ୍ୟ 400-500 ଲୋକ ସମାଗତ ହୋଇଥିଲେ। କୌଣସି ଆଶ୍ରମରେ କେବେ ଏଭଳି ଆନନ୍ଦ ହୋଇନାହିଁ। ସାକ୍ଷାତରେ ସବୁ କହିବି। 1382 ସାଲ ମଠକୁ ଯିବା ପରେ ନୈଷ୍ଠିକ ବ୍ରହ୍ମଚର୍ଯ୍ୟ ଦୀକ୍ଷା ଗ୍ରହଣ କରି ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ନିର୍ଦ୍ଦେଶରେ ପ୍ରଜ୍ଞାନନ୍ଦଜୀ ତୀର୍ଥ ଭ୍ରମଣରେ ବହିର୍ଗତ ହେଲେ। ତାଙ୍କ ମଠରେ ଯୋଗଦାନର ବିବରଣ ମଠ ପ୍ରସଙ୍ଗରେ ପରବର୍ତ୍ତୀ ଅଧ୍ୟାୟରେ ବିବୃତ କରିଛି। ଟୀକା ଦେଇକି ଲେଖିଛନ୍ତି, 1329 ସାଲ ପୁରୀକୁ ଆସି ଠାକୁର ସଙ୍ଗରେ ସାକ୍ଷାତ କରି ସେ ସେହି ଥର ପ୍ରଥମେ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କର ସେବାଧିକାର ଲାଭ କରିଥିଲେ। ଶ୍ରୁତି ସ୍ମୃତିରେ 29 ସାଲ ସ୍ଥଳରେ ଭୁଲବଶତଃ 28 ସାଲ ଲେଖା ଅଛି, କିନ୍ତୁ 28 ସାଲ ଫାଲଗୁନ ମାସରେ ଠାକୁର ପୁରୀରେ ନଥିଲେ, ମଠରେ ଥିଲେ। ଏହା ପୌଷ 17 ତାରିଖର ଚିଠି। ସେଥିରେ ଲେଖା ଥିଲା, ପୌଷ 23 ରବିବାର ଦିନ ଠାକୁର ପୁରୀରେ ପହଞ୍ଚିବେ। ଏଥର ବିହାରୀ ଭାଇ ହରିଦାସ ଭାଇଙ୍କ ସହିତ ସାଥୀ ହୋଇ ପୁରୀ ଆସିଥିଲେ। ତାଙ୍କ ଆସିବାର କିଛି ଦିନ ପରେ ପ୍ରଜ୍ଞାନନ୍ଦ ମହାରାଜ ମଧ୍ୟ ସେବକ ଭାବରେ ଗିରିକୁଟୀରରେ ଉପସ୍ଥିତ ହୋଇଥିଲେ। ଅନ୍ୟ ସମସ୍ତ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟରୁ ଅବସର ନେଇ ଠାକୁର ସେତେବେଳେ ବିହାରୀ ଭାଇଙ୍କୁ ବିମଳା ମାଙ୍କ ଶିକ୍ଷାଦାନର ଭାର ଅର୍ପଣ କଲେ। ମାଘ ମାସ ଶେଷରେ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଠାରୁ ବିଦାୟ ନେଇ ବିହାରୀ ଭାଇ ନବଦ୍ୱୀପ ଯାତ୍ରା କଲେ। ଯିବା ସମୟରେ ଠାକୁର ବିମଳା ମାଙ୍କୁ ତାଙ୍କ ସଙ୍ଗରେ ପଠାଇଦେଲେ। ଚୈତ୍ର ମାସରେ ପୁରୀ ତ୍ୟାଗ କରି କିଛି ଦିନ ପାଇଁ ଠାକୁରଙ୍କୁ ବଙ୍ଗଳା ଓ ଆସାମରେ ରହିବାକୁ ପଡିବ। ତେଣୁ ସୁରମାଙ୍କୁ ମୟମନ ସିଂର ସବ୍ ଜଜ୍ ଅଶ୍ୱିନୀ ବାବୁଙ୍କ ଗୃହରେ ଛାଡ଼ିଯିବେ ଏବଂ ବିମଳା ମା ରହିବେ ହାଓଡାରେ ଫଣିବାବୁଙ୍କ ବସାରେ। ସେଠାରୁ ତାଙ୍କ ସ୍ୱାମୀ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଘରକୁ ନେଇଯିବେ। ଆପାତତଃ ଗିରିକୁଟୀର ଛାଡ଼ିଦେବାକୁ ହେବ, ଏହା ସ୍ଥିର ହେଲା।
ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ରଖନ୍ତୁ।
ଜୟ।
ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
we read quite a long section from Thakur and Nigamananda. So I'll try to summarize what Amitabh just read. A couple of things. One is, of course, today we continue to read how Shaktibai came in contact with Thakur and how he came to Matha and spent some time. So kind of a little bit about what we had read last time. So around like Shaktibai, when he was around 9 years old, he somehow came to, actually he was staying with one of his guardians who was really very disciplined and also living a righteous life. So Shaktibai, that actually helps Shaktibai to kind of, get or start, being eager to practice Brahmacharya. So he heard about Brahmacharya sadhana, then he wrote a letter to Matha, and then he got the book, and then after he read the book, he started practicing the Jama Niyama, that was outlined in Brahmacharya sadhana. And then he also saw Thakur's picture, which was Thakur was very lean, and in this picture he was holding a kamandalu and a chinta. So Shaktibai really fell in love with Thakur as soon as he saw that picture. And later on he has said, like, even though he had not seen Premika Guru or Gyani Guru pictures, but that picture itself made him decide that he would accept Thakur as his guru. So he started practicing various yoga niyama and all that, and then have been writing. He had some questions, have been writing to Matha, and then getting other books and reading them. And then, with that, he decided to leave home. He wanted to be a brahmachari and give up everything. So, being the eldest son, he of course, everybody liked him. He had access to everything, even the money, the locker. So he picked up some money one day and then, left home. He had never traveled by train before. So he decided to, he looked at the map and saw the direction to Asansol, and which was about 15 miles away from his place, and he basically started, traveling by train. One of his friends also joined him, and since he had not traveled by train for long distance, he would buy a ticket, go a small street, buy another ticket, and keep on doing that. And guess what? In the process, he lost the money. He got robbed off. So he had a new pair of shoes, and his friend had a gold ring, and they sold that, and then bought a ticket, and somehow managed to get to Assam. And then one evening, they arrived at Jorhat and then spent the night at the railway station, and which was under that severe cold. But next morning, they had some breakfast, chuda and dahi, and then, of course, roaming around, he reached Matha. And then when he reached Matha in the afternoon, he saw Thakur, and then, as usual, like he already liked Thakur, and he saw him, he couldn't, he fell in love and instantly, started, thinking about Thakur. So then, of course, arrangements were made for him to stay at Jugalbhai and Jugalbhai's place, and then Purodbhai and Rohinibai, who was later Swami Nityananda Saraswati, also stayed with him. But one day, what happened? He was very, very happy staying there and totally engaged in motor work and all that. So one day his relatives found out that he was staying at Matha. His father came and asked him to come home, but he was not willing to go. And then finally they took him home to Purulia. And then of course later on I got admitted into Cuttack Medical School and pursued his medical degree. And while in Cuttack, he found out that Thakur was living in Puri, and of course he couldn't control himself from the thoughts of visiting Thakur. Then Ma has described how he decided to visit Thakur, and in the evening he went to bed. And the Puri Express usually reaches Cuttack around 4 o'clock, so he put alarm. He actually forgot to put alarm on his clock. And then by the time he got up, it was exactly 4 o'clock, and he had no time to get to the railway station. So he got up, got ready, and ran toward the railway station. And while he got there, he saw that there was a train still waiting because it had not gotten the green signal. And then when he asked the station master, he was told that that was Puri Express, which he was supposed to have taken. And then he bought his ticket and, of course, boarded the train and got to Puri. And one of his friends also was accompanying him. So as soon as they got Puri, his friend suggested that they go visit Lord Jagannath. Shakti Bhai denied. He said, I have come here to visit my Jagannath, so I'll see him first and then I'll think about Lord Jagannath. But he was also anxious that whether Thakur would recognize him, but he also didn't know where Girikutra was. He just knew that Thakur was living there, but he didn't know where it was. So he was roaming around at the sea beach, and that's when he saw Thakur coming to take bath. And to his amazement, he thought that Thakur, it was already 2 years past, Thakur wouldn't recognize him. But to his amazement, they both recognized each other. And then, of course, Thakur, talked to him and left all his belongings next to Shakti Bhai and went to take bath. And that time, Shakti Bhai picked up his shoes and held them close to his chest and really got engulfed with all that thought and really was very happy that Thakur could recognize him. So he used to continuously, or he saw Thakur, and got letter from Thakur when Thakur was traveling and would see Thakur at Cuttack railway station many times. And then after that incident, Ma had described about how Kunjavanga Thakur would get into Samadhi when he listened to Kunjavanga Kirtana. So one time he really got into Samadhi. His disciples couldn't bring him back, or he didn't come back to the worldly senses. But then once they started singing Kunjavanga Kirtana again, he came back to his senses. And then, of course, Ma has elaborated about Kunjavanga Kirtana and the meaning of it. And then later, toward the end of Bhai's reading, we just read that, Thakur was talking about, or Ma was talking about the 8th Samilani that was held at Bhawal, and lot of disciples had gathered there. And then later on, he talked about Ma talks about how Bihari Bhai would teach Vimalama, and then while he was leaving, Vimalama was also left with him, and then she came to Calcutta later on, or Howrah later on to Pani Bhai's house, and then from there she went to her home with her husband. And then later on, it was decided to Thakur to leave Girikutra and then go to another place. Jai Guru.
Vasona Nath Korohe Purana Vasona Nath Korohe Purana অনাথর নাথ তুমি অধম তারণ অনাথর নাথ তুমি অধম তারণ যেউ দিগে জীব সেদিগে তুমকু দেখি যেউ দিগে জীব আখি সেদিগে তুমকু দেখি সার্থক করিবি মোর সার্থক করিবি মোর জনম জীবন সার্থক করিবি মোর জনম জীবন অনাথর নাথ তুমি অধম তারণ চাহি নাহি ধন সুখ লোড়া তুম প্রেম মুখ প্রভু চাহি নাহি ধন সুখ লোড়া তুম প্রেম মুখ পাইত ভুলিবি দুঃখ পাইত ভুলিবি দুঃখ আনন্দে বিমগন পাইত ভুলিবি দুঃখ আনন্দে বিমগন অনাথর নাথ তুমি অধম তারণ অনাথর নাথ তুমি অধম তারণ বাসনা মোহর নাথ কর হে পুরাণ বাসনা মোহর নাথ কর হে পুরাণ অনাথর নাথ তুমি অধম তারণ অনাথর নাথ তুমি অধম তারণ তুমি মোর ধন মান তুমি গৌরব জ্ঞান তুমি মোর ধন মান তুমি গৌরব জ্ঞান কায়া সঙ্গে ছায়া সম কায়া সঙ্গে ছায়া সম রহিথিবি নিশিদিন কায়া সঙ্গে ছায়া সম রহিথিব নিশিদিন অনাথর নাথ তুমি অধম তারণ অনাথর নাথ তুমি অধম তারণ তুমি প্রাণ মোহি প্রাণী তুমি মহৃদয় স্বামী প্রভু তুমি প্রাণ মোহি প্রাণী তুমি মহৃদয় স্বামী তুম জ্ঞানে মোহি জ্ঞানী তুম জ্ঞানে মোহি জ্ঞানী নাহি কিছু আউ জ্ঞান তুম জ্ঞানে মোহি জ্ঞানী নাহি কিছু আউ জ্ঞান অনাথর নাথ তুমি অধম তারণ অনাথর তুমি অধম তারণ তুমি সর্বসুখ ধার शांति प्रद तुम गिरा तुम्हें सर्व सुख धार शांति प्रद तुम गिरा तुम अभय चरण तुम अभय चरण कमले दिया हे स्थान तुम अभय चरण कमले दिया हे स्थान अनाथर नाथ तुमी प्रथम तारण अनाथर नाथ तुमी प्रथम तारण वासना मोहर नाथ कर हे पुराण वासना मोहर नाथ कर हे पुराण अनाथर नाथ तुमी अधम तारण अनाथर नाथ तुमी अधम तारण अनाथर नाथ तुमी अधम तारण। जय गुरु।
Jai Guru. Chapter 38, Painting by Householders. Itavascha mano namani vichara nanema sanidha iti viri vima cha satyam krutarna tasya chara hina. Hey Arjuna, those who chant my name and hover around me, I confirm to you that I remain bought by them. Since there is no difference between chant, nama, and object of chanting, nami, the chant is embodiment of wish-fulfilling gems, eternal. In other words, the chant itself is the bearer of fourfold goals of human life, Purusartha. This chant is consciousness itself, embodiment of rasa, continuous devotee, devoid of and beyond illusion. Sri Gauranga Deva has repeatedly stressed that humans overrun by era of Kali have no option other than chanting the name of Hari. Harinama, 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 Eva Kevalam. Kaliyu na anastya, nanastya, nanastya, pratirna yatha. Actually, the era of Kali, the weak humans have no path forward other than chanting. Harinama refers to any chant that addressed to God. Irrespective of chant, as long as it is directed to God and done with a proper devotion, one will definitely reach Him. God has ultimate names and forms. Sri Gauranga Deva has not just chanting Hari, he was himself singing Krishna Kesava, Krishna Kesava, Krishna Kesava, Raksha Nama, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Vahina, Vahimana. Here, there is no mention of word Hari in the above. Knowing the treatment of era of Kali, enlightenment souls have instituted an all-embossment courses through Harinam, and name that leads one of the path of liberation is referred to as Harinam. The Gayatri mantra chanted by Brahmins is also Harinama. Hari, Rama, Durga, Vishnu are all counted as Harinam. Jai Guru.
ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। ସଂଘ ସଭକରେ ଆଜି ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନାକାରୀଙ୍କ ପ୍ରତିରେ ବିଷୟବସ୍ତୁ ହେଲା ଯେ ସତ୍ଶିକ୍ଷାର ବିସ୍ତାର। ସତ୍ଶିକ୍ଷା କହିଲେ ଯେ ମୁଁ କିଏ, ମୋର ସ୍ୱରୂପ କିଏ, ସେଇ ଶିକ୍ଷା ଦେବାଟା ହେଲା ସତ୍ଶିକ୍ଷା। ଇନ୍ ମାଇ ଓପିନିଅନ ଆମ ପାଇଁ ଠାକୁର ହେଲେ ସତ୍। ଠାକୁର ଯୋଉ ଶିକ୍ଷାଟା ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି ସେଇଟା ହିଁ ଆମ ପାଇଁ ସତ ଶିକ୍ଷା। ସେ ଶିକ୍ଷାଟାକୁ ଆମେ ବିସ୍ତାର କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଆମର ସଂଘର ସୃଷ୍ଟି ବା ସଂଘର କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ ମୂଳ କଥା ହେଲା ସେଇଟାକୁ ବିସ୍ତାର କରିବା ଆମମାନଙ୍କ ନିଜମାନଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ତଥା ଆମ ବାହାରକୁ। ଗୋଟିଏ କଥା ହଉଛି ଏଥିରେ ଯିଏ ଶିକ୍ଷା ପ୍ରଦାନ କରିବ ସେ ନିଜେ ଶିକ୍ଷିତ ହେଇଥିବା ଦରକାର। ଯଦି ମୁଁ ନିଜେ ଶିକ୍ଷିତ ନୁହେଁ ମୁଁ ଶିକ୍ଷା କଣ ପ୍ରଦାନ କରିବି? ମୁଁ ତ ନିଜେ ମାଟ୍ରିକ ଫେଲ୍, ମୁଁ ମାନେ ପାଠ କଣ ମାନେ ମାଟ୍ରିକ ଫେଲ୍। ତେଣୁ ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଆମର ଯେ ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱ ଦେବା ଦରକାର ଯେ ଆମେ ନିଜେ କେମିତି ଆତ୍ମଗଠନ କରିବା, ନିଜେ କେମିତି ଠାକୁରଙ୍କ ଶିକ୍ଷାରେ ଶିକ୍ଷିତ ହବା, ସେ ଯାହା କହିଛନ୍ତି କାମରେ ଲଗେଇବା, ନଟ ଘୋଷି ଦେବା, ସେ କାମରେ ଲଗେଇବା, ତାପରେ ଆମେ ବାହାରକୁ ବାହାରିବା ଅନ୍ୟମାନଙ୍କୁ ଶିକ୍ଷା ଦେବା ପାଇଁ। ତାର ମୂଳ ସେ ପ୍ରବନ୍ଧର ମୂଳ ଇଏ ହେଲା ଯେ ଫୋକସ ହେଲା ସତ୍ଶିକ୍ଷାର ବିସ୍ତାର, ତାରି ଉପରେ ଆଲୋଚନା କରାଯାଇଛି। ଏଇଟା ହଉଛି ମୁଁ ଯଦି କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଅଛି ପଚାରନ୍ତୁ।
ଭାଇ ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ଗୋଟେ ଅନରିଲେଟେଡ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଏଇଥିରେ ଜଷ୍ଟ ନିଗମ ଉପଦେଶରେ ମୁଁ ପଢୁଥିଲି 2-3 ଦିନ ଆଗରୁ ଯେ କର୍ମ ପ୍ରେରଣା ଠାକୁର କହିଛନ୍ତି ସମର୍ପଣ ପ୍ରତି ପ୍ରବନ୍ଧରେ ଯେ ଜୀବନ ମୁକ୍ତ ଭାବରେ ବିଶ୍ୱାସ କରିବା ପାଇଁ କହିଛନ୍ତି। ସେଠି ଗୋଟେ ଲାଇନ ଅଛି ଯେ ପରା ପ୍ରକୃତି ଠାରୁ ସକଳ କର୍ମ ପ୍ରେରଣା ଉନ୍ମୁକ୍ତ ହେବାକୁ ଛାଡି ଦିଅ। ସେଠି ମାନେ ପ୍ରକୃତି ଏଇଟା ବୋଧେ ଠିକରେ ମୁଁ ବୁଝିପାରୁନି ଯେ ପ୍ରକୃତି କୁ ଆମେ କହିଛନ୍ତି ସଂଯତ କରିବାକୁ ପଡିବ, ଏଠି କାହିଁକି ସେଟା ଉନ୍ମୁକ୍ତ ହେବାକୁ କାହିଁକି ଛାଡି ଦିଅ କହିଛନ୍ତି? ସେ ଜାଗାରେ ବୋଧେ ବୁଝିବା ଟିକେ ମୋ କଷ୍ଟ ହଉଛି। ଆପଣ ଟିକେ
ସମର୍ପଣ କାହିଁ ପ୍ରତି ନା ସେ କୋଉ ଇଏଟା
କର୍ମ ପ୍ରେରଣା ଛୋଟ ସେକ୍ସନ ଅଛି। ତାକି ଭିତରକୁ ପଳେଇଲେ ସେଇ ଚାପ୍ଟରରେ
ଅହଙ୍ଗ ରୂପାନ୍ତର ସାଧନା ସମସ୍ତ ଇଚ୍ଛାର ବିକାଶ କର୍ମ ପ୍ରେରଣା ମାନେ ଜୀବନମୁକ୍ତ ଭାବ ଉନ୍ମୁଖରେ ଆମର ଇଚ୍ଛା ମଧ୍ୟ ସଚେତନ ଶିକ୍ଷା। ସେ କୋଉ ପାରାଗ୍ରାଫ ଅଛି କି?
କର୍ମ ପ୍ରେରଣାର 2ଟା ପାରାଗ୍ରାଫ ଅଛି। ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ପାରାଗ୍ରାଫ ଟା ମୁଁ ଜୀବନ ମୁକ୍ତ ବୋଲି ଯଦି ଦୃଢ ଭାବରେ ବିଶ୍ୱାସ କର, ତାର ଲାଷ୍ଟ
ଦେଖୁଛ ତୁମମାନଙ୍କର ଶୁଦ୍ଧ ଦେହକୁ ଆଶ୍ରୟ କରି ମୋର ଶୁଦ୍ଧ ବାସନା ବିକାଶ ପ୍ରାପ୍ତ ହେଉ, ତୁମମାନଙ୍କ ମଧ୍ୟରେ ମୋର ସଚେତନ ଇଚ୍ଛା ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଆଧ୍ୟାତ୍ମିକ ଗୁଣ ଶକ୍ତି ରୂପରେ ବିକଶିତ ହେଉ, ଦିବ୍ୟ ଭାବରେ କର୍ମ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଆଧ୍ୟାତ୍ମିକ ସ୍ୱରୂପକୁ ଫେରିବାକୁ ହୁଏ। ମୁଁ ଜାଣେ ଯେ ସେଠାରେ ମାନ ଅଭିମାନ ଉଗ୍ର ହୋଇ ଦେଖାଦିଏ ନାହିଁ। ସେହି ପରା ପ୍ରକୃତି ଠାରୁ ସକଳ କର୍ମ ପ୍ରେରଣା ଉନ୍ମୁକ୍ତ ହେବାକୁ ଛାଡି ଦିଅ। କର୍ମର ସାଧନା ଅଛି। ଅହଂ ବିସର୍ଜନ କରି ପରା ପ୍ରକୃତିର ଆଶ୍ରୟ ନେଇ ନ ପାରିଲେ କୌଣସି କର୍ମ ପ୍ରକୃଷ୍ଟ ରୂପେ ସାଧିତ ହୁଏ ନାହିଁ। ଏଇଟାକୁ ମୁଁ ଏକ୍ଜାକ୍ଟଲି ଧରି ପାରୁନି, ଯଦି ଜ୍ଞାନ ଆଇଡିଆ ଥିବ, କିନ୍ତୁ ମୋର ଯାହା ଆଇଡିଆ ଅଛି ସେ କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ମାନେ ଯୋଉ ପ୍ରକୃତିର ଯୋଉ ପ୍ରେରଣା ଆସୁଛି ତାରେ ଜଡିତ ହୁଅ ନା। ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ ମାଇ ଅଣ୍ଡରଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଡିଂ। ଜଷ୍ଟ ଲେଟ୍ ଇଟ୍ ଗୋ, ଦ ୱେ ଯେମିତି ଆସୁଛି ଯୋଉଟା ହେଇଯାଉ, ସେଥିରେ ଜଡିତ ହୁଅ ନା। ଜ୍ଞାନ
ଭାଇ ତାର କିଟା ହଉଛି ପରା ପ୍ରକୃତି, ଅପରା ପ୍ରକୃତି କଥା କହୁନାହାନ୍ତି। ସେ ପରା ପ୍ରକୃତି ଲାଦେନି ନିତ୍ୟ ଲୋକର ଇଏଟା ଜୀବନ ମୁକ୍ତ ଭାବ। ତେଣୁ ସେଇ ଭାବନାଟାକୁ ଯଦି କହୁନାହାନ୍ତି ଶୁଦ୍ଧ ହୃଦୟଟାକୁ ଶୁଦ୍ଧ କର, ସେ ଶୁଦ୍ଧ ହୃଦୟରେ ସେଇ ଯୋଉ ଭାବନାଟା ନିତ୍ୟ ଲୋକେ ଭାବନା ଯୋଉଟା ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଇଏ ଭାବନାଟା ଭିତରେ ସଞ୍ଚରି ଯିବ। ପ୍ରକୃତିଟାକୁ ଡୋଣ୍ଟ ଫୋକସ ଅନ୍ ପ୍ରକୃତି ହେଇଗଲେ ତ ଯୋଉଟା କି ଅପରା ପ୍ରକୃତି। ପରା ପ୍ରକୃତି ହଉଛନ୍ତି ପରା ପ୍ରକୃତି ହଉଛନ୍ତି ସେ ନିତ୍ୟ ଲୋକର ଲୋକ। ଅପରା ପ୍ରକୃତି ହେଲା ବେଳକୁ ସଂସାରକୁ ପଳେଇ ଆସିଲେ। ତେଣୁ ସେଇଟାକୁ ଛାଡି ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ। ପରା ପ୍ରକୃତି ଯଦି ଧରିବେ ଆଉ କିଛି କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆସିବନି। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ପରା ପ୍ରକୃତି ସକଳ ପ୍ରେରଣା କର୍ମ ପ୍ରେରଣା ଉନ୍ମୁକ୍ତ ଛାଡ଼ି ଦିଅ। କୋଉଠୁ ଆସିଛି କେଜାଣି, ତାକୁ ଦେଖିବା ହୁଅନ୍ତା ସେଟା ଜୀବନ ବାଣୀରୁ ଆସିଛି କି କୋଉଠୁ ଆସିଛି। କଣ୍ଟେଷ୍ଟ ଆସିଛି ନିଗମ ଉପଦେଶ, ସେଇଟା ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ। ସେ କଣ୍ଟେଷ୍ଟ ଭରା ପଡୁନି କାରଣ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ଜାଗାରୁ ଆଣିକି ରଖିଛନ୍ତି ଭାଇ। ସେ ତେଣୁ ତାର ଅରିଜିନାଲ ସୋର୍ସ କୁ ପଳେଇଲେ ସେ କୋଉ କଣ୍ଟେଷ୍ଟ କୋଉ ପ୍ରଶ୍ନ ପଚରା ହେଇଥିଲା, ତାକୁ କୋଉ ସେଇ କଣ୍ଟେଷ୍ଟ ଉତ୍ତର ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି, ସେଇଟା ଇଜି ହୁଅନ୍ତା। ଆଚ୍ଛା, ସମୟ ହେଇଗଲା, ରହିବା ଆମେ ଯିବା YS ସେସନ କୁ ଯିବା। ସେ ଆମର ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା ସଙ୍ଗୀତ। ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ।
ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ। मोह लगी आसी छ बंधु मोर तरे मोर तरे मोह लगी आसी छ बंधु मोर तरे मोर तरे केरे सुख पाओ दयानी भिसते हृदय रे अछधारी मोर तरे मोर तरे मोह लगी आसी छ बंधु हे मोर तरे मोर तरे तुम बिने मोर नाही गेहियान तुमे कमोरा साथी बंधु जाना अति दीनहीन अति मूढ़ मोही तेबे हेले मुतुमारी मोर तरे मोर तरे मोह लगी आसी छ बंधु हे मोर तरे मोर तरे तुम्हें माता पिता हरता करता दुख दूर देने अभय विधाता जीवन अंधारे आकाश मझिरे तुम्हें ध्रुव सरासरी मोर तरे मोर तरे मोह लगी आसी छ बंधु हे मोर तरे मोर तरे पथ भूला मोहे पथुकी अधम तू तुमे गढ़ा बाट भगवान सबु अपराध क्षमा करि हर जीवन ताप मोहारी मरतरे अवतारी मरतरे अवतारी मोह लागेका आशिष बन्धु हे मरतरे अवतारी मरतरे अवतारी केडे सुख पाओ दयानिधि सती हृदय रे अछधरी मरतरे अवतारी मरतरे अवतारी मरतरे अवतारी.
Joy to young aspirants, this is Bhakti. I will be coordinating our young aspirant session for today. Let's get started with our attendance. First off, Aditi.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Adyasa. Aishi. Jai Guru. Jai Guru. Anik. Ans.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Ansu.
Jai Guru Bhagna is a boss.
Jai. Jeet.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Aryan.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Ashita.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Demo.
Jai Guru, she's not going to join.
Okay. Jai Guru. Divyam.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Timmy. Jagrat. Naitik.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Pratisha. Jai Guru. Jai Guru. Pratish. Tanvi. Jai Guru Ma. Jai Guru. Saraswat.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Sarthak. Bobby. Sophie. Freya. Jai Guru. Jai Guru. Prayasi. Jai Guru. Jai Guru. Jimmy.
Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Simran. Rita. Suhani. Yukta. Guru. Jai Guru. I think that completes the attendance list. Is there anyone I missed during our attendance?
Jai Guru, this is Pratyush.
Pratyush, okay. Marking you as present. Glad to have you here. Sorry, what was your name?
Jai Guru, Jack was also here.
Okay. Good to know. I'm marking him as present. Who else was speaking now?
Jai Guru Ma, this is Shrija.
Okay. Jai Guru Shrija.
Jai Guru Ma, this is Simran.
Okay. Jai Guru Simran. Marking you both as present. Okay, I think we are good with attendance now. Shreya, can you explain the meaning of the song that you just sang?
Jai Guru. The meaning of the song I sang was, for me alone, Thakura has come to this earthly world, and he loves us so much, he shelters us in his arms. Even though I'm so ignorant and I don't have anything, I do realize that we have him. And we're praying to him that he is our mother and father, and he is our liberator. In the darkness of the night, he is showing us the path forward, and for every mistake of ours, we're asking him lastly at the end to forgive us and continue to guide us forward. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru, thank you for explaining the meaning of this very beautiful song. I think there's so much discoveries Thakura's role in our lives, and also he has taught us and advised us many things. One of these pieces of advice is for us to follow the path of synthesis of Jnana and Prema. And with this, he said that I want you to accept the spiritual theories of Sankara and to live the life of love and devotion of Gauranga. And last year we learned about Gauranga or Chaitanya Dev, about his life, his philosophy, and some of this is kind of the foundation of the path of bhakti or devotion. So Sri Thakura wrote a book called Nimitta Guru, and this book discusses the philosophy of following the path of bhakti and spirituality. So keeping all this in mind, today we will be delving a little bit more into Bhakti Yoga, or the path of devotion. So first I want to start off with an open-ended question. Ansh, what do you think bhakti or devotion means to you?
Jai Guru, for me, I think bhakti means that you're always just loving God and you're always appreciating him for the things that he's done for you. The relationship with mother and son.
Yeah, I think you hit the right points. And it's all about loving God. And it's crucial to know this, because if one wants to attain bhakti, one has to first understand what this means. So taking a direct quote from Pirmika Guru, the supreme love for the supreme God is called bhakti. That which attracts compassion of God and fulfills all desires is termed as bhakti. So in simple words, bhakti means absolute love for Bhagwan, for God. And so to learn more about what this means and how to practice this and examples of this, for today we will be reading an article about Bhakti Yoga from the Saraswata Madhuri from 2017. So the Saraswata Madhuri is a magazine that is published annually by our Sangha during the Salmani time. And so now is the time that we can write our articles and share them for publication. So if you have any thoughts or experiences, or if you've prepared something to share in the YA session before, you can submit these articles for getting these published in our Sangha's magazine. And so for our reading for today, we'll be reading an article that I've shared via email yesterday, and Bubbly will be reading this article for us in our YA session today. When you're ready, Bubbly, you can get started.
Jai Guru. Bhakti Yoga, some thoughts. Bhakti is essentially our deep, unconditional love for Sri Sri Thakura. It is a yearning to experience love in its purest and highest form, and to unite with the eternal and unchanging. Yoga is a path of devotion to salvation. It is a form of spiritual practice that calms one's mind by becoming acquainted with the glories and divine acts of Sri Sri Thakura. Bhakti Yoga is one of the fastest and likely easiest ways to self-realization, especially since it doesn't require any arduous spiritual practices and stringent disciplines.
This path allows devotees to use all of their senses, emotions, and actions to express love in their daily interactions and offer them to the form of God that is aligned with their cultural upbringing and personality. Bhakti Yoga places greater emphasis on acts of worship, devotion, and service. Navada Bhakti, 9 forms of devotion. There are 9 ways that inspire us to reflect our love for Sri Sri Thakura and to stay connected with him. These are popularly known as Navada Bhakti, Shravana, Kirtana, Samrana, Pada Sevana, Archana, Bandhana, Dasya, Sakhya, and Atma Nivedana. There are examples of these methods in Hindu scriptures. Shravana is listening. It is developing the desire to hear the various names about many forms, characters, and actions of God. By listening to the tales and glories of God, a person can transform into a better human being. In order to ideally listen, one needs to have faith in the words heard. One example of this is the premise of the Bhagavata. In the last 7 days of his life, King Parikshit listened to Sukadeva narrate the divine tales of Lord Krishna and attained salvation. Kirtana. Kirtana is singing and chanting the names and glories of God. One can do kirtans with musical instruments and dancing. This lifts and purifies the soul. Japa is the recitation of a mantra. For us, this is Jai Guru. This has a profound positive effect on our minds because it weakens negative thoughts and patterns. Practicing japa unburdens one's worries and concerns to God and allows oneself to be guided with spiritual awareness. The divine sage Narada exemplifies Kirtana, traveling all around the world chanting God's name. Smarana. Smarana is the constant remembrance of God and his forms, names, and qualities. This is done by seeing God in everything, everywhere, and keeping him in one's thoughts. It is important to always remember God because one becomes fixated on whatever the mind thinks about. Therefore, thinking about material objects causes the mind to become attracted to those very objects, whereas constantly remembering God results in one becoming further connected with him. Even when he faced so many obstacles from his demon father, Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad constantly remembered Lord Vishnu all the time and saw him everywhere. When Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad if his Lord Vishnu was in the nearby pillar, he affirmed, causing Hiranyakashipu to break open the pillar. Lord Narasimha, an avatar of Lord Vishnu, emerged and defeated the demon. Pada Sevana. Pada Sevana is the worship of the lotus feet of God, often expressed by washing and touching the feet of the deity. This gesture is a powerful symbol of humility. Pada Sevana extends to serving the whole world as God by selflessly aiding those in need, including engaging in volunteer work and serving the sick and poor. In the celestial realm of Vaikuntha, Goddess Lakshmi directly serves the feet of Lord Vishnu. Archana. Archana is the worship of God through rituals. This is typically done by physically worshipping a murti, which is an embodiment of the divine. A quintessential expression of this is the Sodhasapachara Puja, a traditional Hindu ritual that comprises of 16 specific offerings and services to the deity. This puja begins with a heartful invitation to the deity, following by offering a seat, washing the deity's feet and hands. It continues with bathing, clothing, and adorning the deity with sacred threads and ornaments. The ritual further includes the offering of fragrances, flowers, incense, and deepa, culminating in the presence of bhoga, food offered to the deity. Each step of the Sodhasapachara Puja is imbued with deep symbolic meaning. aiming to honor and celebrate God. Beyond these ritual offerings, Archana also extends to consider every living being as God, thus serving the needy with essentials such as food, clothing, and medicine becomes a form of worship. In Hindu scriptures, King Prithu is celebrated for his grand yagnas and meticulous adherence to Vedic rituals, particularly distinguished for his reverent worship of Lord Vishnu and Mother Earth. Bandhana. Bandhana is praying and prostrating oneself to God. Prayer is a simple way to connect with the divine. There are two kinds of prayers, egocentric and genuine. In ego-centered prayer, one petitions God for his favors. On the other hand, genuine prayers comes from the heart. In genuine prayer, a devotee expresses gratitude for even the simplest things in life, such as clean water, shelter, sunlight, and laughter. There are many ways to physically bow to God and touch his feet. One is the Anjali Mudra, in which one joins the palms together and bows the head. Another way is known as Sastang Pranam, which is done by completely lying down with the arms stretched out towards God. Practicing bandhana helps diminish one's ego. In the Bhagavata, Akura was ordered by the demon king Kamsa to bring Lord Krishna and Balaram from Vrindavan to Mathura. Upon seeing Krishna and Balarama, Akura is overwhelmed with devotion and respect, and he expresses this by bowing down to them. Dasya. Dasya is loving God from the perspective of a devoted servant. This is characterized by selfless service and an unwavering commitment to fulfilling the will of God. It involves acting wholeheartedly to execute God's orders, desires, intentions, and wishes, setting aside personal ambitions or desires. In the Ramayana, Hanuman exemplifies this form of devotion. Hanuman utilized every ability and gift bestowed upon him in the service of Lord Rama, demonstrating not just physical acts of service, but deep emotional and spiritual dedication. Sakya. Sakya is cherishing God through love and friendship. In practicing Sakya, one has the desire to stay in God's company, enjoy conversations with him, and understand him just as a true friend would. This form of devotion emphasizes a personal and informal relationship with the divine, combining reverence with affectionate familiarity. The Mahabharata depicts the close friendship Lord Krishna and Arjuna shared. Arjuna relies to Krishna not only as a divine guide, but also as a confidant and friend seeking counsel and comfort. Their interactions, especially in the Bhagavad Gita, highlight how a relationship with the divine can be rooted in mutual trust, love, and understanding. Atma-nivedana. Lastly, Atma-nivedana is the complete surrender to God. It is offering oneself to God, relinquishing all personal control over outcomes, and placing absolute trust in God's will. This signifies a devotee's total acceptance of divine supremacy and an unwavering faith that everything is orchestrated by the divine. Vamana, the fifth avatar of Lord Vishnu, went to the demon king Bali and asked him for 3 tastes of land. After Bali agreed, Vamana grew very large in size and covered the heavens and earth with 2 steps. Since there was no one else for Vamana to take his 3rd step, Bali offered his head for the last remaining step, fulfilling his promise and completely surrendering himself to God. Qualities of a devotee. The perfect bhakta should undertake specific actions and have particular qualities reflecting deep devotion. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna describes to Arjuna all of the desired qualities embodied by a bhakta. They engage their mind on God, glorify Him, and have faith in Him. They control their senses, remain calm in all situations, and are dedicated to helping all living beings in the world. Moreover, they are devoid of hatred and are friendly and compassionate to all. They lack any sense of possessiveness and egotism. They are determined, forgiving, and impartial. They practice yoga and maintain control over themselves. Ideal bhaktas are emotionally unaffected regardless of their situation and do not cause harm to others. For instance, they do not cause distress to anyone and are not distressed by anyone. They are unchanged when faced with happiness, fear, anger, and anxiety. Additionally, they are indifferent, pure, dispassionate, free from distress, and renouncers of selfish desires. They neither rejoice nor envy, feel neither sorrow nor desire, and renounce both the auspicious and inauspicious. They are the same to friends and enemies, and they are equal in honor and dishonor, hot and cold, pleasure and pain, and honor and insult. They are satisfied and have no attachments. Lord Krishna states that devotees with these optimal character traits are very dear to him, and that the path of devotion is the best out of all spiritual practices. There are many obstacles on the path of bhakti yoga. These will arise and must be overcome in order to progress and succeed on the spiritual path. Some key hurdles are bad company, idle gossip, pride, anger, envy, and delusion. Associating with those averse to spirituality leads to distractions in the form of negative emotions, doubts, and desires. The essence of practicing bhakti yoga lies in cultivating one's inherent goddess, becoming a better human being, and manifesting in everyday life. At the root of this is empathy and compassion. One should treat others the way he or she wants to be treated. This fosters a better understanding of bhakti and expands our devotional attitude. One should imbue all actions with an attitude of love, reverence, and devotion, staying connected with Sri Sri Thakur. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru. Thank you, Lovely, for reading this article about Bhakti Yoga. This article covers several things. First, it describes what Bhakti Yoga is, the 9 forms of Bhakti used to cultivate devotion, and examples of these qualities exhibited by ideal devotees on this path, and any obstacles that they may face, and how to practice this in our day-to-day lives. So does anyone have any questions about what we've read so far? Not, let's move on to our regular discussion. Shreyasi, what does the phrase Bhakti Yoga mean?
Jai Guru. Bhakti Yoga is the path of devotion to salvation. Jai Guru.
Jai Guru, yeah, that's right. That's the definition of Bhakti Yoga, and this involves expressing love and devotion to Thakur or God. And so there's different ways to, in spirituality, to attain salvation. So, Saraswat, how is Bhakti Yoga different from other paths?
So, Bhakti Yoga is different because it's like your they say unconditional love Bhakti Yoga.
Yeah. So I think you're right. Like it focuses more on this unconditional love, and it's more focused on this devotion and love, and it's more emotional, and it's less. It's not like other disciplines that maybe focus on other aspects. So yeah, that's great. And so later in this article, we learned about the 9 forms of bhakti. Jeet, can you list out what these 9 forms are?
Jai Guru, the 9 forms are Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana, Padavit, Sevana, Archana, Bandhana, Dasya, Sakhya, and Atma Nivedana. Jai Guru.
Yeah, that's right. So those are the 9 forms. And so this basically means that if we are hearing about the divine, if we are chanting, if we are remembering, and we're serving and worshiping, we're bowing down or serving and treating the divine as a friend, and finally complete self-surrendering. So these are what these 9 forms of bhakti are. And so these 9 forms are listed in the Bhagavata as a way to become one with the divine. And all of these are equal and no one path is lesser than the other, and someone can follow one of these, or some follow multiple of these, based on the examples that we have seen in the article. And all of what's essential to doing this is having grace and blessing from Takuro to do this. So with these 9 forms, Jimmy, what do you think sounds the most interesting to you?
Can you please repeat the question?
Sure. So out of the 9 forms of bhakti that we talked about, which one sounds the most interesting to you?
Jaguru, the most interesting is Kirtanya. Jaguru?
Yeah, Kirtana is a good one. This is where we chant mantra. So when we chant our Jayu Kirtan at the end of puja, that is one of these forms of bhakti. So that's good. Another interesting one is Bandhana, where we bow down before Takuro. So Ashrita, my next question is for Ashrita. Do you do pranam to Takuro?
Yes.
Nice. How many times do you do this in a day?
2.
2. That's great. That's awesome, Ashrita. So usually we do pranam in the morning, in the evening, after puja, or when we enter the room, our puja room. So that's great to hear, Ashrita. Let's also hear from Aishi. Which of these 9 forms sounds the most interesting to you?
Jaguru, the one that sounds most interesting to me is Atmanivedana. Jaguru.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Why do you find that one interesting?
Jaguru, I find it interesting because you offer your entire self to God and you completely surrender to Him. Jaguru.
Yeah, that's very good. I think I also kind of agree with you. Like, it seems like it culminates, like, it seems like the last step in the end of this path of spirituality. Let's hear from a few others. Naitik, do you practice, would you say that you practice any of these forms of bhakti?
Joy Guruma, I would say I practice bandhana mostly because, like, every time, like, you take a bath or something, you come in, and then you say a prayer, and then you leave. So, yeah, Joy Guru.
Yeah, that's cool. That's nice to hear. That's great. Let's also hear from Yukta. Do you practice any of these?
Jaguru, I think of the ones that I've been practicing the most was Sakya. I've always viewed Takuro as a friend, and whenever I'm in distress or in trouble, I always chant his name, Jaguru.
Jaguru, that's lovely to hear. I think Sakya is like treating Takuro as a friend, and like that type of relationship is very, I feel like that's very deep and meaningful. I'm glad to hear that, Yukta. Let's see. Let's hear from Aryan. Do you practice any of these in your day-to-day life?
Jaguru, I don't have the reading in front of me, but I always try to be grateful. I always try to say a prayer to Takuro after a bath or like before I'm about to head out for the day to my classes. Yeah, Jaguru.
Yeah, that's nice to hear. I think a lot of us, we do pranam to Takuro, and we follow that aspect of like worshiping and bowing down to him. So yeah, that's good to hear. So I think there's a lot of these forms of devotion. Shrita, which one seems to be the easiest one to practice?
Teacher, I think it would be Kirtana, because like you could chant Jagger or like sing it whatever you want in your head, or like in Takuro's room, Jagger.
Jairu, yeah, I think that's right. Like, I would probably agree the same. Let's hear from Pratisha. Which one seems like the hardest one out of these?
I don't have the reading in front of me as well, but I think the one where you think of Thakura as a friend would be the hardest. Jairu?
Yeah, I think like it's that one you have to really think of, like, understand and act that way. So that's something maybe we're not used to. So thanks for sharing, Pratisha. And so, like, after this article talks about the 9 forms of bhakti, we talk about the ideal qualities of a devotee. But what are some of these qualities? Now, Pratyush, let's hear from Yukta. What are some qualities of an ideal devotee?
So some of the qualities that the Pale Club states is compassion and empathy, especially we treat others the way that they want to be treated. Jairu,
yeah, that's right. I think there's so many that are listed here, but like the key ones are like having that sort of impartialness and treating others the way you want to be treated, and also not be attached to anything. So there's a lot of self-control going on here.
Check it. Pratyush, my microphone wasn't working.
Oh, no worries. No worries. So how do you think, I can ask you the next question. How does these qualities of an ideal devotee contribute to spiritual growth?
These qualities contribute to spiritual growth by making you a better person and making you more peace overall, so you can accept like the teachings from Thakura easily and follow them.
Yeah, I think what stood out to me from what you said is having that inner peace. So I think exhibiting these qualities will lead us to have more inner peace and more harmonious life, and that will make us more attuned to practice the teachings from Thakura. So yeah, that's great to hear. So I think when someone is on this path, there's a lot of obstacles and challenges. Shreyasi, what are some challenges that someone may face on the path of devotion?
There's some challenges you could face are like bad influences from other people, participating in gossip, or finding ego in yourself, getting distracted.
Yeah, I think those are like common obstacles, but how do you think that we can overcome these challenges?
The more we think about Thakura, the more we'll find strength within ourselves to overcome these challenges.
Yeah, I think that it can be hard, but we should try our best and stay strong and stay true to ourselves. And I think we're a little bit over time, but so let's wrap up with our last question. Sanvi, what is something you learned from this overall discussion from today?
Jairu, I learned that like keeping Thakura in mind can bless us, and that having faith in him and being satisfied with whatever we're given is the key to salvation, and we should have full devotion. Jairu?
That's very well said. I hope that you all learned a lot from this article and from just going through the 9 forms of devotion and characteristics of an ideal devotee and all that comes with it. So with this, I'll end the live session here. Next is our Bhava by IC. Thank you.
Today is my Bhava Seva. I join puja at my house every morning and afternoon. We sing prayers and read Thakura's books. I join Walai every Sunday. I have been learning a lot lately about Bhagavad Gita, self-realization, how to be the best I can be, and how to do Thakura Seva. Everything I learned has been so useful in my day-to-day life. One thing I am trying to do my best is to learn how to manage my time. On most things, I either take too much time or I keep pushing it forward and saying, I'll do it later. I want to learn how to be better with my time and not take it for granted instead. Also, I want to learn how to set goals and priorities. Sometimes in the moment, I don't think it through and I just do whatever I feel like doing. I want to learn how to understand which one is my priority and focus on the goals I have set for that week, month, or year. I feel very calm chanting Jayaguru. We discussed this today in our discussion of Navada Bhakti. I try to do this as much as possible. When you hear about him, you remember him, you chant his name, you talk about him, you sing to him, you serve him. All of these help you prepare for the complete connection to him, surrendering to him. I'm so grateful for everything I have, everything I have learned, and everyone around me that helps me be a good person. I'm fortunate to be in Thakura's family. I pray to be able to serve him and all. Jai Guru.
जय गुरु परमाराध्य श्री श्री ठाकुर महाराज मोर श्रद्धेय भाई माँ पिला माने मो पाली सेवा भाव विनिमय आज आमर सकाल जो कतोड़ा पढ़ाला जे भाई कहले सब शिक्षा विषय रे जो सब शिक्षाटा कौन ठाकुर होसंदे अल्टीमेट ट्रूथ से जो जहाँ कहते सेटा ही सब शिक्षा हम पाई सब शिक्षा केते प्रकार जो पढ़ाला पारमार्थिक शिक्षा अर्थकरी शिक्षा आम केवल से अर्थकरी शिक्षा रे रही जाइछु पारमार्थिक शिक्षाटा जोटा गुरुकुल रे पिला माने शिखुतिले समाजर मंगल पाई जो शिक्षाटा को लगौतिले अन्य मानकर केमति हित हबो सेटा हमर हेई पारुनी केवल से अर्थकरी शिक्षा रे ही आमे प्राय रही जाइछे निजे अर्थ उपार्जन करवा परिवार भरण पोषण अन्य जहाँ किसी भी समाजर टिके मंगल काम से किंतु पारमार्थिक शिक्षाटा हो पारनी मोटामोटी आम जो पढ़ाला जी शिक्षा उपरे मेनली तार अल्टीमेटली आम केतोड़ा भी एग्जांपल पढ़ाला केमती बहुर्मुखी प्रार्थना वर्सेस एकमुखी प्रार्थना तापरे प्रहलाद विषय पढ़ाला जो प्रहलाद तो पचारे जे भगवान के कौन बर मागुच ना एमती बर दिंतु जमीक मोर मागिबार प्रवृत्ति केबे न आसे सो मोटामोटी से जमती एकमुखी अल्टीमेट ट्रूथ से शिक्षाटा जदि सब मन रे रहंता जे से जिनसटा ही केवल आमर चरम लक्ष्य तेणु आउ एपट सेपट मन ये तस्त माने डाइवर्ट होतानी प्लस तांकरी पाखरे सबुले केमती मनटा लागी कि रहंता से जिनसटा सबुले आमे प्रार्थना करि आसुचे से प्रार्थनाटा भी केमिति हबा कथा ठाकुर बारंबार से कथाटा हमको सब सप्ताह आम पढ़ी आसे प्रार्थना प्रति क्या सहीटा ही हूँ द मेन फाउंडेशन जे आम जापारे केमी प्रार्थना करवा कौनटा प्रार्थना करवा अति सहज भाव ठाकुर कहते किंतु हमारा से जो अर्थकरी शिक्षाटा काइंड ऑफ टेक्स ओवर द पारमार्थिक शिक्षा सो जहाँ द्वारा कि आम मनटा बहुत चंचल हो बहुत दिग को घूरी बुलूची ठाकुर पाखे तो सब से प्रार्थना हम समस्त को से केमती कृपा करंतु माने से एकमुखी प्रार्थना सब आम निरत रहू जोटा अल्टीमेट जिनसटा तांकरी मन रे सब रहू सर्वदा केमती आम मन रे सब रुहंतु प्रति क्षण रे प्रति कार्य रे केमती से आमर सब कार्य केमती भगवत मुखी हो पारिबो सेतिकी हमको कृपा करंतु आशीर्वाद करंतु जय गुरु जय गुरु
जय भाई टिके कहलेनी कौन ठाकुर काम करछंती आदेश पालन करछंती किछि करिवे कौन नेक्स्ट ईयर में कोंतु जे ठाकुर एक आदेश पालन करिवे जदि चिंता किछि करना चिंता करंतु करि करंतु किछि गोटे आदेश पालन करंतु मोस्टा
ओके हौ जय गुरु भाई
ମଧ୍ୟାହ୍ନ ଭୋଗ
जय गुरु गणराज्य ठाकुर महाराज आज एबे हमर द्वितीय पूजा सरला परे आपण को मध्याह्न भोग ପାଇଁ निमंत्रण जनाउछि आउ मध्याह्न भोग ग्रहण कला परे भक्त माननकु मध्याह्न प्रसाद सेवन ପାଇଁ ମଧ୍ୟ निमंत्रण जनाउछि एछडा आज संध्या अधिवेशन आज तो एकादशी भाई नहीं कि तेणु संध्या पूजा माने जल्दी रे आई थिंक ठाकुर को जल्दी ठीक विश्राम दिया से निमंत्रण जनाऊँ जय गुरु
Jai Guru, I invite Sri Sri Thakura, Bhais, Mas and young aspirants to our next Y session to be held on January 28th. Jai Guru.
जय गुरु आसंता रविवार दिन जनवरी 28 अदिति एवं मोर संघ पूजा पाली अच्छे से श्री श्री ठाकुर महाराज भक्त भाई एवं पिला मानक निमंत्रण करुच्छे पूजा रे जोग दे पूजा टी साफल्य मंडित करेंगे एवं आमको सेवार सुजोग देवे जय गुरु
जय गुरु प्राणर ठाकुर उपस्थित भाई और माँ मैंने आज पूजा सभा मो तरफ कि सेवार जो मैंने थिले तरफ जानत अजाणत जहाँ किसी भूल त्रुटि हो जाए त्रुटि विच्युति क्षमा प्रार्थना कर जानी प्रोग्राम भी टिके भूल रही जाइथिला डेरिवेटिव प्रोग्राम आसला तेणु आउ टिके जहाँ कोई सेवा मिलता जड़े जॉइन कर पार नथिले से ठाकुर पाखे भाई माँ मान पाखे क्षमा प्रार्थना कर जय गुरु
जय गुरु ब्रज भाई टिके क्षमा प्रार्थना करथांदी हाँ तार ठाकुर माँ भाई मैंने आज मोर गुरु गीता पढ़ियार थिला मिस्टी टेस्ट रे काली मु देखिली सेटाकू माने मोर किंतु माइंड रे रहले जे सेटा परे अछि परिचय पत्र परे बोली ता पूर्व मोर गोटे कॉल आसिला एंड आई मिस्ड इट सो ब्रज भाई गोटे कथा कहती मु जस्ट गोटे सेकंड रे कहूची क्विकली so it's a mistake. It has happened actually for second or third time now for me actually this type of so which is really I feel bad about it but I am going to do a correction for it this one so मोर गोटे जिन अच्छी मो कैलेंडर एंट्री करी तो मे बी कैलेंडर एंट्री मोर से प्रति 10-15 मिनट 10 मिनट 5 मिनट पॉप करिवो संगे संगे जे यू हैव समथिंग सो आई एम गोइंग टू डू ए कैलेंडर एंट्री व्हेनेवर आई विल हैव माय सेवा नाउ so this is a correction I will do and this is what I am telling Thakur and सब भाई ना माने बाकी जिंदी ए मिस्टेक मोर सेकंड टाइम आउ हबनी बिकॉज़ कैलेंडर ये हेले से मोर फोन रे ही पॉप कर चलथो तो आई सो मु एटा जी एटा मोर मिस हला सेति ठाकुर बखरे और भक्त भाई माँ मान क्षमा प्रार्थना कर जय गुरु
जय गुरु दीननाथ एहि भिक्षा करे श्री चरणे दीननाथ एहि भिक्षा करे श्री चरणे तब कथा रखिथिबि मनने स्मरणे तब তব কথা রখিথিবি মননে স্মরণে বাহারে কি হেলা নাহি ন করি শোচনা প্রভু বাহারে কি হেলা নাহি ন করি শোচনা করিবি প্রথমে নিজ স্বভাব মার্জনা করিবি প্রথমে নিজ স্বভাব মার্জনা পর দোষ খোঁজি বুলি ন ধাইব মন পর দোষ খোঁজি বুলি ন ধাইব মন লাগিথিবি সদা করি আত্ম সংশোধন লাগিথিবি সদা করি শোধন বচনে আলাপে হেউ রসনা সংযত বচনে আলাপে হেউ রসনা সংযত ঘুঞ্চি যাও অবসাদ দেহর জড়ত্ব প্রভু ঘুঞ্চি যাও অবসাদ দেহর জড়ত্ব উচিত ভাষণে নহু কিছু অন্তরায় উচিত ভাষণে নহু কিছু অন্তরায় যথা কর্ম হেউ চিত্ত শুদ্ধির সহায় দেব যথা কর্ম হেউ চিত্ত শুদ্ধির সহায় নিরল স্বভাবে তব আদেশ পালন নিরল স্বভাবে তব আদেশ পালন করি জীবি হেউ তহি প্রাণর স্ফুরণ দেব করি জীবি হেউ তহি প্রাণর স্ফুরণ ন মানিবি কাহি কেউ বারণ বন্ধন 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 জহি ঠায়ে রহিথাউ তব পদে মন প্রভু জহি ঠায়ে রহিথাউ তব পদে মন ন মানিবি কাহি কেউ বারণ বন্ধন ন মানিবি কাহি কেউ বারণ বন্ধন নহি ঠায়ে রহিথাউ তব পদে মন প্রভু জহি ঠায়ে রহিথাউ তব পদে মন জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় 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 জয় জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় গুরু জয় Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai, Jai 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 Guru, 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 Jai, Jai Guru, 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 Jai Krishna Thakur Devanand Gopal Sri Sri Guru Maharaj Jai, Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru.
ଜୟ ଗୁରୁ ଭାଇମାନେ ମା ମାନେ ଆମର ଗଲା ୱିକେଣ୍ଡରେ ଥିଲା ବାର୍ଷିକ ଉତ୍ସବ. Hopefully you all enjoyed it.